What's going on, you guys? Today I'm going to show you how to play She Needs Him by Hers on the bass guitar. The first thing you gotta know is he plays it with a pick. Pick really brings out those great mid-tones that you can't quite get with using your fingers. It's a little hard to get used to, but you look like a badass while doing it, and it sounds great. Okay, I'll just jump straight into it and play along with the song. You can skip to this part of the video if you want to just go to the tutorial, but I'm going to play along with this song, and yeah, so you can get a feel for how it goes. Alright then. Forgot to mention, this video does not include the outro of the song. There are two parts. There's the one with the verse and the chorus and the pre-chorus and all that. That part is 152 BPM, it's the groovy part. And then the last part, the outro, which is not in this video, is the beautiful outro singing, yeah, whatever. And so I'll have a follow-up video for that. Let's get into the tutorial then. First of all, I'm going to show you how to play the verse, including the one fill that's in the verse, in the second verse. So the way you play the verse, I'll just play it quickly for you so you can see. It's got basically two parts to it. This is part one. Now we're in part two. The parts are basically identical, except instead of playing this part, it switches to playing this part. You'll get what I mean when well, you probably already know what I mean. First of all, I'll just play the root notes on their own with no rhythm, so you can get a feel for what notes it's actually playing. Here we go. Alright, so that was That was D flat, B flat, that's G flat, E flat. And the second part is the same thing, except then it goes to A flat. Okay, I'll play it with a bit of rhythm, and it should sound similar to the song without any filler notes though. So here we go. Okay, now I'll play it with some filler notes in there. Hopefully you can figure that out with these tabs. But yeah, that was the whole thing. That's the whole thing right there. It just loops that. There is a fill in the second verse. So in this part, Stephen stops playing the guitar, and it's where he goes, "Please don't say that you've seen him." The bass plays a little lick, and this is how it goes. I screwed it up a little there. My playing's not perfect, but basically it goes from here, and then off the B flat, it hits, what is that? Yeah, it's another B flat. It goes B flat, A flat, F, E flat. So that's the first part of the lick, and the next part, it goes down to G flat, F, E, and then back down to this nice note of A flat. Okay, so all together again, it sounds like this. So there it is. You'll note that it does do a little chromatic thing here where it hits the D note. It sounds really great. So yeah, that's the verse sections. Now I'll get on to the chorus sections, where Auden is playing basically the same thing, except it's a slightly modified, and he's playing it without the jumping rhythm, you know. It's just straight notes the entire time, straight eighth notes or whatever. So I'll just play that for you now. So there it is, that's the chorus. Also, I forgot to mention, note that when the chorus, or when the verse ends, it plays an extra little note like that for a measure before going on to the chorus. So yeah, that's the chorus. It goes from D, B flat, or D flat, B flat, G flat, goes up here to A flat, and then finally it hits B flat. Oh, my phone's dimming. All right, so then in the second part of the chorus thing, it goes D flat, B flat, it hits the E flat instead, and then it goes down to A flat, before finally returning with another one of these chromatic walk downs into the root note of D flat. So yeah, that's the chorus sections, and then after two choruses, it goes on to the bridge. And the bridge moves up a few frets and starts playing here. This is, what note is this? This is E, G flat, oh my goodness. So anyway, plays a G flat, and then it goes. It's a little confusing because in the actual recording, it sounds like he's playing something completely different, but it's the guitar playing combined with the bass playing that makes it sound the way it does. So this is what he's actually playing. If you watch a live recording of this, you'll notice that he is playing that, and it sounds way different than the studio recording. But anyway, I'll get into it. So he plays a G flat, and so then it goes E flat, D flat, It drops down to the C for a little bit. And then finally goes back up to the G flat. So I'll play it. Excuse me, it goes up to F, not G flat. This would be the G flat, but it goes to F. And so there it is. I'll just play it again. And then when it ends, it hits the G, just 2 frets up, or the D flat. And then it goes on to the outro. So there it is. That's the parts. It has 3 parts to it. Should be relatively simple if you practice, you know, playing with a pick. I know a lot of people aren't used to doing this, but I can strongly recommend it for this song. It sounds really good and it feels good to play it like this. As far as the strumming pattern goes, I guess you could call it, I'm basically just going up and down the entire time. So you'll notice even for the verse sections, my hand is just going up and down, and you can really keep a rhythm going very concisely if you just do the up and down motion. Don't try it. Don't try to individually do downstrokes because that'll screw up your timing pretty effectively. You always want to do up and down. So there you go. That's the song. That's She Needs Him by Hers on bass. I'll have another video coming out to show you how to play the outro section if you really want to. There he plays it without a pick. So on, yeah. Alright, thanks. Bye.